Welcome to another of my weekly podcast episodes, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why WWE in 2017 is complete and utter garbage. Okay, now I hate to say it, but I've been a WWE fan for ever since I was 5 years old, and just watching all of it, brought me a lot of great memories, and a lot of great matches, a lot of dramatic storytelling. It did a lot for me as a fan, and now that I've reached a point to where it's become unwatchable, and I don't even know where to start, but I think there's just so many things that got me to stop watching because of how much it did not make sense whatsoever. And that being said, I'm just gonna go right into it. I made a list actually of all the things that is wrong with WWE today. I'm just gonna go ahead and explain. Number one is no characters. Back in the day, WWE used to have a lot of diverse, a lot of memorable characters like Batista, John Cena, which is still there, but they're just not using him right, and same with Kane, Undertaker, you had Stone Cold, you had Triple H, you had China, Boogeyman, The Rock, Mankind, all those, there's just so many, of them, and now almost all of them are gone. They're left with these wrestlers with absolutely no characters. They're all generic as can be. They don't know anything. It seems like they just don't know anything about wrestling. It seems like Vince just picked them up out of the street and just brought them in. It just sucks. Period. And the people who are veterans who are still there, obviously they're good, but they're not as good as it seems like they're not as good as they once were in the past. It's a shame, really. Next one is no drama. And back then, WWE used to have tons of drama, tons of excitement, tons of emotion, and now drama's not even there anymore. It's just plain old boring matches, same old boring routine, and no excitement. They're just literally two guys going back and forth and moves until one guy either does a submission or a finisher, and that's it. And that's boring because wrestling is supposed to be a drama. It's supposed to be sports entertainment, not just, it's not just, it's gotten so bad that it's just become a sport now and lost tons of that passion that it had in the past. So it's a shame, really. And next one is lack of kayfabe. Is going back to my other podcast about kayfabe. Wrestling is dying, at least mainstream wrestling is dying because there's no kayfabe anymore. There's no credible characters. And unfortunately, nothing rings more true than in the WWE. How am I supposed to believe that two wrestlers are hating each other if all I see is it's I just see a convoluted mess of uh obviously scripted promos or segments, and what makes matters worse is how like I'll see that, and then you'll go to Twitter or some social media site and the two wrestlers are hurting each other. That just destroys all credibility. Like I said, it's not a believable feud, and I just hate that, and that's why I don't even bother anymore. And let's move on. Next one is a big one for me. No great matches anymore. All the matches suck. All the matches are forgettable. They can't wrestle if to save their lives. All the matches are predictable and they're boring. There's almost no selling, no psychology, no clear, organized pace or idea of what they're doing. It's just terrible. Like I watched, I think I said it before, Nikki Bella versus Charlotte. Nikki Bella does the absolute worst thing in wrestling I've ever seen. She runs to the ropes, barely hits them, and then runs to the other side of the ring, stops, looks back, and then gets speared by Charlotte. Like, what the hell is that? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Oh my goodness. I don't even, this is what I hate about it. That's why these wrestlers suck. Period. Like, next point is, lack of good promos. All the promos that I've watched in WWE now obviously look scripted. They're not in character. They're not doing anything that's completely credible, completely emotional, and none of that. Like, you look at back in the Attitude Era, and they used to cut some of the best promos in history, and now they're utter garbage. Like Paige I watched one where Paige was like, "He just has that face, I want to punch." I mean, what the hell? What kind of garbage is that? Like, obviously not part of it. It's oh my goodness, it's just utter garbage, straight utter garbage. It has nothing to do with her character, if she even had a character. I don't think it makes absolutely no sense. But moving on. Okay. There's a big one for me. No dramatic build up to WrestleMania. If you remember back in the day, they used to have these memorable, crazy, dramatic, intense, emotionally charged segments, promos, whatever, during weekly shows that made you want to go, yeah, I'm excited to watch WrestleMania. Made you pumped up to watch the actual WrestleMania show go down, because it had various storylines in it, all like that. And now none of that exists. It's literally just, it's just been stripped down to one guy attacking another guy, and then they battle it out in WrestleMania, and it's boring as hell. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch WrestleManias that don't mean anything. Like, I watched one where one pay-per-view with the title was literally like Roadblock. What the hell? What in God's green earth is Roadblock? It makes absolutely no sense. Next one is no storylines, or storylines that make absolutely no logical sense. Storylines are, I don't even know anymore. Like, I watched one where, I just casually looked on, Ron Killing's wiki just to see what was going on. And, as far as storylines go, and all I saw was just a string of events that made absolutely no sense. It was hurting my brain. And they had one segment where he was supposed to get a heel reaction by smoking a cigarette. How does a heel get a heel reaction from smoking a cigarette? How is that hateable? Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. That is probably one of the worst segments I ever heard about in my entire time watching wrestling. It's just so stupid. It's completely. It's not a heel, honestly, but it's gotten bad to the point where. Oh, and then they had a Kane get beat by John Cena, which was embarrassing. Didn't even make sense with his character. And that was probably one of my last straws. I stopped watching after that, and because it was just garbage, made no sense, and yeah. Another part was, which made me stop watching, was low ratings. If you look at back in the Attitude Era, the ratings were like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the highest ratings were like over 9 million viewers, and now it's down to a freaking 1 point something viewers. That is terrible. That is shocking. That is shockingly bad. That is embarrassing. Like, if I were still watching WWE nowadays, I would be embarrassed by the amount of low ratings. And I just have no words for it. The lowest ratings that they ever had recently is up to like 0.92. Think about it. 0.92. That is horrible. Terrible. I don't even know how they're still going. This is just trash. Another one is limited only to the internet wrestling community. Back in the day, you used to have almost every single person involved in it because WWE catered to a diverse set of fans. Like, if you like romance, it had romance. If you like bra and panties, then they were there for you. If you like drama, it was there. If you like dark characters, they were there. If you like hardcore matches, they were there. If you like just wrestling, it was there. You know, it tried to appeal to a wide range of audiences. And because, that's just what kept, pro wrestling alive. Like, and now in like 2017, or even in 2016, it's changed. The fan base is no longer passionate. The fan base has become just a bunch of whiners and complainers who only turned up recently because of the internet. Now all they do is just, they don't care about the matches, they don't care about storylines, they don't care about being emotionally involved. All they care about nowadays is who's champion, you know, who's getting pushed, who's not getting pushed, who's getting signed, who's not getting signed, who's, I don't know. But the point is that it's terrible. It's toxic as hell. Makes me not want to watch it. And I can't connect with them because all they care about is just things that aren't even relevant. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. Next one is Forcefed wrestlers. That's a big one. WWE is giving us wrestlers that no one asked for. Like I can remember Roman Reigns being a heel, and he was good because I actually wanted to see him get beat up, and you couldn't really see how bad he was when he was with the Shield. But ever since they tried to make him the face of the company, and they tried to turn him into a face. It's just, and they just shoved him down our throat, and that's why I stopped watching, because he sucks on the mic, he sucks as a wrestler, he just sucks, period. Maybe he's gotten better wrestling wise, but he still sucks. As far as having a character goes, like what the hell is, like, literally last time I watched one of his matches, he was jerking his fist off, and right before his spear or whatever, he did this ooh ah chant. Like, what the hell is that? Like, what does that have to do with his character? Absolutely nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with his character. It makes no logical sense. Oh my goodness. That's what it's. But the point is, they force feed wrestlers we don't even ask for it. Rather than giving the fans what they want. And the worst thing about it is that the fans actually swallowed it up because they just, they swallow up anything that WWE puts out nowadays. As long as it's popular, as long as it's hot, as long as it's established, they'll consume it even if it's bad or if it's good. They don't care. That's what I don't like about it. and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Next is too many shows. Last time I checked, WWE only had had 3 hours. That's way too long. Way too long, and they have I heard that they had too many pay-per-views. That's just overkill. You could tell they suck because they can't, back then, they used, the number wasn't even that high, and it was quality. Now it's quantity for no reason. And the last one is, this man is just basically out of touch with this generation. He doesn't know his demographics. He doesn't know what this generation wants because, for various reasons, like, for example, Talking Smack, they canceled it, even though it was getting ratings, at least some of them. He canceled it for no reason, probably because he wanted to control everything, and he's an old man. He's like, what, 70 years old? He's almost supposed to say he's out of his time, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. He's just out of touch. He doesn't know what today's wrestling fans want. So it seems like he's just going with the motions and barely surviving or barely doing anything anymore. And yeah, those are my thoughts on why WWE sucks today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe. And rant over.